The following live presentation is a presentation of, I'm out of practice, Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, my name is Ron Juckett, and I hope that the Christmas holiday has treated you very well so far. And for those of you who are tired of basketball, family, and or movies, we offer a Christmas treat for you. Now, normally this would be where I would do a playoff game for my 1986 Pro Football Replay, but we're a couple weeks behind on that. And so instead, I offer maybe the most famous Christmas Day game in National Football League history, a 1971 AFC divisional matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins from Old Municipal Stadium in Kansas City. Now, in 1971, Christmas fell on a Saturday, and since this was a divisional playoff round, and divisional playoffs really being pretty much a new thing as far as pro football was concerned, it was a doubleheader Saturday and a doubleheader Sunday. NFL had kind of avoided Christmas when it could. How you doing, Sean Akin66? And thank you. So the NFL pretty much felt they had no choice but to go on Christmas 1971. And so on that Saturday, there was a doubleheader. You saw Dallas and Minnesota go in the early game, which caused church attendance for masses on that Saturday to drop. Worked for Frosty. And on the late game was Miami and Kansas City from Kansas City, which of course went into double overtime. And by the time that dinners were ruined and masses were missed, the NFL didn't play on Christmas again for a long, long time. But let's go back to Christmas night. I was 29 days old, December 25th, 1971, for the Miami Dolphins and Kansas City Chiefs. And so this is the only picture of Arrowhead I could get to work, or not Arrowhead, Municipal Stadium. Really what you should see are the end zones in yellow, Miami's helmet on the left 40 and Kansas City's on the right, because that's how it looked. But the Dolphins have won the toss, and Jan Stenerud on a beautiful day here, 25 degrees. Miami will have the wind in the first and fourth quarters at 0 to 5 miles an hour. Jan Stenerud ready to kick for Kansas City. You were minus 19 in 1971. I was not quite a month old when this game was played. Mercury Morris stands on as 6. Ted Ginn and Lee are the upmen on the 15. And the game is away, taken by an upman at the 10. 20, 30, the ball is loose, and it's going to be recovered by Robinson of Miami. And Robinson made the tackle, and Longer with the recovery, so Miami will start first and 10 from their own 33. That's Hubert Ginn, not Ted. Ted Ginn Jr., of course, played for Miami at some point. Bob Greasy, of course, is quarterbacking the Dolphins. Jim Kick is the fullback. And Larry Zonka is the tailback. Miami will run, and or run. That's something they'll do an awful lot. When they go to the air, Paul Warfield is the split end, or the flanker. Marv Fleming is the tight end. And Howard Twilley is the split end. Kick. Trap right, first play from scrimmage from the 33. And he is hit immediately by Bell after a loss of 1. Bobby Bell with the tackle, 2nd and 11. The 6th championship game. If you were minus 19 in 1971, that makes you born in 1990? Here's a line for Miami. Doug Cruson is the left tackle. Larry Little, the Hall of Famer left guard. Bob DeMarco is the center. Jim Langer is the right guard. And Norm Evans is the right tackle. Zonka, the fullback, on 2nd and 11. 19 days. Oh, okay. So, yes, I was 30 days old, and you were... yeah, okay. So I'm 49 days older than you. That would work for Frosty. Trap right to Zonka. 35-40. He's reaching for it. Bell makes a tackle after a gain of 10. And that'll make it 3rd and a short 1. Kansas City plays a 3-4 or 4-3. Marvin Upshaw, the left end. Buck Buchanan, the Hall of Fame left tackle. Curly Culp is the right tackle. And Aaron Brown is the right end. The linebacking core is incredible. Bobby Bell, Willie Lanier, and Jim Lynch. The corners, Jim Marsalis and Emmett Thomas. The safeties, Johnny Robinson is on Fleming. And the free safety is Jim Kearney. 2 tight end set. Mandich joins Fleming, Kick, and Zonka in the backfield. Kick. On a fullback dive. Handoff and Greasy. Kick has a first down, and Lanier makes a tackle at the 44. A gain of 2. So 1st and 10, Miami doing what they did best. A lot of running. 3 carries, 11 yards, and you've met the Miami offense and Kansas City defense. Greasy will try a short one, the flat to Jim Kick. That's a botched play all the way. Greasy's running. He's over the 45. Buchanan knocks him down at the 48, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Of course, the left end is where the baseball diamond was, and that is the closed end of the stadium. So Miami would be working it from the infield into the outfield. Here is 2nd and 6. Zonka. Trap right. 2nd down from the 48. He is hit at the line of scrimmage by Lynch, and nothing doing. It'll be 3rd down. They doubled Warfield, Kansas City did. Jim Langer with a bad run, and Miami will be forced to throw it here on 3rd and long. Paul Warfield. Not a lot of great passing options here, although Warfield's a very good receiver. Medium hitch. Greasy to throw it. He's in the pocket, goes to the sideline, and is caught by Warfield at the 34, a gain of 18, 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 34. So a good start for the Dolphins and their ball control offense. If you're wondering about who's going to get the bulk of the runs, it's going to be Zonka and Kick. Of course, remember, it's a 14-game season. And Morris will come in on special occasions along with Ginn. Off tackle left for Zonka from the 34. Gets across the line of scrimmage, and Buck Buchanan knocks him down for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8. 5 minutes gone in this playoff game. A game that sent the NFL scrambling away from the grandmothers of America by not playing football games on Christmas. I remember in 77, here's going to be a pass play to Mar Fleming. Short hitch, Greasy back to throw. Has times, got Fleming open at the 20, and Robinson will make a tackle after a gain of 12. So 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. 9:16 to go. First quarter. Hope that your holiday is going well. And if you're watching this and don't celebrate Christmas, well, hope your Wednesday's going well. Tomorrow... Oh, thanks, Shonikin. I do appreciate that. Tomorrow, we will be doing live boxing because tomorrow is Boxing Day. And although the United States isn't part of the Commonwealth, I do live in New England. So Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis in a title bout match at 7 p.m. or so Eastern Time tomorrow night right here on Retro Sports Network on Twitch. 1st and 10. Kick. He'll try a pitch to the right side. Greasy delivers. Kick finds a hole over the 20. Upshaw with a tackle at the 16. Fleming's coming out. He's holding his ribcage, and so his return is questionable. Mandich comes in. Second down. Clock stopped 8:34. 9 plays, 51 yards for the Dolphins. Kick will try a sweep to the right. Hand off from Greasy. Across the 15. First down. Inside the 5. Touchdown. Jim Kick. Got a big block from Norm Evans and scores on a 16-yard run. And the Dolphins draw first blood in this AFC playoff game, 6-0. Here it is again. Greasy just handed the kick, and Evans made the hole, and Jim Kick got in pretty much easy peasy. So here's Garo Yepremian for the extra point. Yepremian, he converts, and the score, 10 plays, 67-yard drive, 8:16 to go in the first. It's Miami 7, Kansas City nothing. Yep, that is a kick in the head for sure. And so Reardon is back to return for the Chiefs. McVay and Mike Adamle are the upmen for Kansas City. Yepremian ball on the 40, gets it away. Kick is taken at the 2 to the 10, and that's not a good return. Petrella with a tackle at the 15. Kerry Reardon stuffed after a gain of 12. So Lenny Dawson and Bob Greasy were the top 2 quarterbacks in the National Football League in 1971, and they're going head-to-head today. And Lenny will be matriculating the ball down the field for the Chiefs at quarterback. Ed Podolak, who had a big day in the backfield, both running and receiving, is one running back. Wendell Hayes, the old AFL standout, is the other. Elmo Wright is the split end, and Otis Taylor is the other wide receiver. The tight end, Willie Frazier. Podolak on first down. He had a big game in this one. Sweeps right from the 15. Handoff from Dawson. Podolak is hit by Scott at the 20, a gain of 5. Jake Scott. Let's meet the Kansas City offensive line. Jim Tyrer is the left tackle. Ed Budd, or Bood, is the left guard. The center, Jack Rudnay, love his 70s hair. Looks like that would be something on a Jethro Tull album cover. George Daney is the right guard. And Dave Hill is the right tackle. Hayes second down and 5. Trap left to Wendell Hayes. And he gets a block. He tries to run it. It's close. He's got it. He got a Dave Gardner measurement. 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 25. Jake Scott makes Miami plays a 4-3. Jim Riley is your left end. Manny Fernandez is the left defensive tackle. Bob Hines, there are no other kinds, is the right defensive tackle. And on the right end is Bill Stanfill. The linebackers, Bob Matheson is the left outside linebacker. Nick Bonacani is your middle linebacker. And Mike Colin is the right outside linebacker. The corners, not that Curtis Johnson. And Tim Foley on the right. The corners, or the safeties are good. You've seen Jake Scott with 2 tackles already. And Dick Anderson is the free safety. 1st and 10, Dawson will go to the air. Medium slant to Otis Taylor. Dawson throws down to a running back. It is caught over the 30. Matheson makes the tackle. It is Hayes that makes the catch, and he's just short. So it's a gain of 10, but as far as the first downs are concerned, it's 9 3/4. So Kansas City trailing 7-0, 6 minutes to go, first quarter. If you're watching, say hi. Podolak. Trap left. Dawson hands off on second short, 1st down and more. Scott with the tackle at the 40. A gain of 5, and the Chiefs have a first down. 5.5 to go. Clock running. The computer we're treating this as a playoff game just because it was the longest game in NFL history at the time, and I think the first ever double overtime game in NFL history. Of course, the AFL had the 62 championship game between Dallas, whose quarterback you see on the screen right now, Lenny Dawson, and Houston played. Watching at work. What are you doing for work on this Christmas, Sean? 5.5 to go. 1st and 10. Trap left for Wendell Hayes. Flag is down. He gets a good block. Manny Fernandez knocks him down after a gain of 6.
Encroachment defense.
But Miami.
Number 70. 5-yard penalty.
Made contact. And so Kansas City will take it 1st and 5 instead from the 45. Clock stop, 4:40 to go. Jim Otis and McVay can also run. Manning a desk at a local motel. Well, so one of the rare years that my wife had the day off. She works in a LNA facility. How you doing, Mr. Gardner? Mr. Gardner is rooting for the Jets, I know. 1st and 5. Right. Elmo Wright. Medium hitch. The flag is down. Dawson throws to a running back down to Podolak, and that's incomplete.
Encroachment defense.
And
number
Miami
70. 5-yard penalty.
Got called for another encroachment penalty. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Kansas City, right from the midfield stripe. So Sean's working the holiday. You got a full crowd there tonight or no? Wendell Hayes will sweep it to the right. 1st and 10 from the 50. It's a little bit of a block. Riley makes a tackle at the 47. And it'll be 2nd and 7 from there. 7 plays, 38 yards for Kansas City. And now they'll give it to Ed Podolak. Trap left for Ed, and Lenny Dawson didn't like what he saw. Calls timeout. 3:48 to go, 1st quarter. Merry Christmas from Kansas City. The Dolphins 7, the Chiefs nothing. Sean doesn't know how busy they are tonight. Well, hopefully you have a quiet night. And it's Christmas. So hopefully there actually is room at the inn. 2nd and 7. So you're halfway through your shift. Hopefully they've at least fed you something. Short slant to the tight end, Frazier. Dawson to throw. Has time. He goes to a running back instead. Bonacani makes a tackle on Podolak after a gain of 7. And it's 1st and 10 from the Miami 40. So Kansas City going to the closed end of Municipal Stadium, where the baseball infield would be if it was earlier in the year. The weather, 25 degrees, a light wind, really not going to matter too much. Podolak. Trap right from the 40. Gets a bit of a block. The ball is loose. Riley's knocked it loose. And Hines will recover for Miami. And the Chiefs turn it over at the Dolphin 38. So that drive goes all for naught. Here it is again. Riley just got his arm, smashed it out. And just like a good relish, Hines made the catch. And so I get my first hiccup of the game. 2 rooms. Okay. There was a network error. I'm still seeing I'm going. Oh, I'm seeing I'm going again. So there is indeed room at the inn. Miami starts this drive from their own 38. They lead 7-0 first quarter. Zonka. Trap right on 1st and 10. Somebody from Miami moved.
False start. Offense. Number 81,
Howard
5-yard
Twilley.
penalty. Repeat, first down.
The other wide receiver moved early, 1st and 15. Don Shula pacing up and down the sideline, not a happy camper. Zonka on a draw, and another flag is down.
False start. Offense.
That is the
Number
fourth
62,
penalty on
5-yard
Miami
penalty.
in the
Repeat,
first quarter.
first down.
And they've all been line movement. This time it's Langer. So it might be time for Greasy to go to a silent count. Kick. Off tackle right. Kansas City blitzes, gives the kick across the 30, and Lanier with the tackle at the 31, a gain of 3. So Willie Lanier has 2 tackles, 2nd and 17 for Miami. And they'll go to the air. Howard Twilley on a medium slant. Greasy has all day. Throws, and he overthrew Twilley. Twilley was in the clear at the 45. It wouldn't have been a first down, but he would have had at least a good chance at it. And the Dolphins will go 3 wide. Noonan. Carl Noonan is the third receiver. Jim Kick is in the backfield. And Greasy will throw a screen to Kick. Kick moves out to the far side, has it, 35. He's hit by Belzer at the 40 for a gain of 9. It'll be 4th and 8. So Miami, following the Kansas City fumble, can't do anything with it. And for the first time today, we'll see a punter, Larry Seipel, with Podolak and Holman ready to return. For the Chiefs, they stand at their 15. And punt will be taken at the 20, and they're caught, and the flag is down. Podolak makes the fair catch. Flag is picked up. 1:04 to go in the first. Kansas City trails the Dolphins 7-0. Merry Christmas from Retro Sports Network. So Podolak, sweep left on first down from the 20-yard line. Gets it to the line of scrimmage, and Manny Fernandez says, I'll give you a yard, but that's about it. So, clock running as we end the first quarter. Time for one more play. Dolphins ran it 9 times in the first quarter for 40, and Kansas City has run it 6 for 21. Wendell Hayes, off tackle left. Last play of the quarter, handoff from Dawson, and he is stood up by Stanfill right at the line of scrimmage. And that will be the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books from Municipal Stadium in Kansas City. It is the Miami Dolphins 7, the Kansas City Chiefs 0. This is a Retro Sports Network Christmas special, the 71 AFC playoff between the Dolphins and the Chiefs. And brought to you by Digital Dice, the best podcast on the interwebs for your sports simulations and replay needs. DigitalDice.com. You can find us on Spreaker, iTunes, and wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Only one thing in the scoring summary, Jim Kick, and that's with 2 eyes, on a 16-yard plunge on a 10-play, 67-yard drive to give Miami the only 7 points of the game. Both teams have 4 first downs. And the net offense, 79 for the Squishy Fishies and 38 for the Chiefs. So that's where the second quarter starts, 39. Kansas City will go 3 wide. Holman comes out as a third receiver. Elmo Wright, medium slant. Dawson looking to throw, has time. He's got Wright open to the 35. Mumford makes the tackle at the 37, and it's a gain of 16. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Opening minute, second quarter. Kansas City has the ball, and they're going from right to left. They will have the win. They're in their cherry red helmets, cherry red tops, white numbers. Trap left for Ed Podolak on 1st and 10 from the 37 across the 40, 45 into the secondary. First down. Jake Scott with a tackle at the 50. Jim Tyrer, the left tackle, with the big hole. So 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. I believe, and someone will correct me if I'm wrong, that this was, how you doing? You made it past security. Good to have you along. George Hendrick is not in the house, but I'm glad you are. And a Merry Christmas to you. I believe that this is the last ever Kansas City Chiefs game at Municipal. I think Arrowhead opened in time for the 72 season. I may be wrong. Taylor, Otis Taylor. Oh, no. We're running the football. Wendell Hayes. Trap left from the 50. And off from Dawson, and he is stood up by Fernandez at the Miami 49. So 2nd and 9, and they're telling me no more trap plays. I've run too many. Podolak on a pitch to the right. Hand off from Dawson. He gets it to midfield, and there's nothing doing. Matheson has him wrapped up right at the line. And it's 3rd down and 9. So Miami's run defense has played very well, and Dawson has only put the football in the air 3 times. I'll have to here. And now he'll go to Otis Taylor. Looking on a medium slant, and he's hit from behind by Riley, and Dawson finds the grass. And so Riley with a sack makes it 4th and 15. And with 11:36 to go in the half, Kansas City will be forced to punt. Jarrell Wilson will punt it to Jake Scott. Kansas City with the wind will dare to punt it deep. They want to pin Miami back. Goes to the sideline. That's a good punt. It'll roll dead at the 7-yard line. It's a 48-yard punt. Pick up the flag, and that's where Miami starts. 10:49 to go in the half. It's the Dolphins 7, the Chiefs nothing. So 1st and 10, Miami hopes just to chew out some more yards here. Zonko off tackle right. Hand off from Gracie, and he's hit at the 8 by Bobby Bell. It's a gain of 1. So 2nd and 9 for the Squishy Fishies in the shadow of their own end zone. And remember, since it's before 1974, the goalposts are on the goal line. They're not on the end line. Kick. Off tackle left. Hand off to kick is hit at the 10 by Brown, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. This is the 1971 Christmas Day AFC Divisional Playoff game between the Dolphins and the Chiefs from Municipal Stadium in Kansas City. The first ever double overtime game in National Football League history, and the last time for almost a generation the NFL played on Christmas. Partially because this game went so gosh darn long that Christmas dinners were ruined. Grandmothers and moms across the country didn't want to eat a cold ham. Gosh darn it. 3rd and 7. Twilly. Short hitch. Greasy. Quick throw. Twilly's got it. 1st down. Marsalis makes a tackle after a gain of 9. And it's 1st and 10 from the Miami 19. 9:20 to go. First half. Mercury Morris will come in, getting his first carries. Miami's running 11 times for 43 yards. Sweep left for Morris. Hand off from Greasy. Morris turns the corner. 25 in the secondary. 1st down. And Lanier makes a tackle at the 31, a gain of 12. So that's what Miami needed. And they are moving the football now on their own 31. They started this drive on their 7. Kick. Pitch right side. Greasy with the flip. And he gets it to the 33 before Upshaw can make the tackle. 2nd and 8. Miami is 105 yards. This drive overall. Kansas City 62. 1 turnover, didn't hurt. Short cross to Mandich coming up. Yep, Kick, Zonka, and Morris is definitely a great trio, but Morris only had 57 carries on the year. Short cross tight end. Greasy waits for Mandich to run his route. He dropped it. Mandich had it. He had a first down. Miami was in a short zone, or Kansas City was rather, and he just plain dropped it. So they'll go 3 wide receivers. Kick in the backfield. Greasy won the flat to Kick. He goes down to a wide receiver instead, and that's incomplete. He was looking for Twilly and couldn't find anybody. Kansas City was playing a nickel zone, and Miami forced a punt. So 7 plays, 26 seconds. Clock stop, 7:41 first half. Seipel, Podolak, and Holman, the returnman. And it should be Podolak at his 20. 25, hit by Petrella. That's Holman, rather. It's a return of 3, and Kansas City takes over. Halfway home here in the second. Miami 7, Kansas City nothing. First and 10. Sweep right to Podolak. Hand off from Dawson. 25-30. Podolak gets the legs moving. He's going to get that 9 yards. Dave Hill, the right tackle, with a big block, and Podolak has 7 carries for 36 yards here in the first half. Second down and a couple blades of grass. Wyoming, Syracuse, and West Texas State, respectively. That would be Kick at Wyoming. Zon played his college football at Syracuse, and Morris at West Texas State. Wendell Hayes says, fullback dive. And Hayes gets the first down. He's hit short of at the 40 by Anderson. And it'll be a 1st and 10. Dick Anderson with his first tackle. And the Chiefs have run it 12 times for 51 yards. You know, really, I steal all of that stuff. Matriculating the ball down the field, boys. I use that one a lot. Hank Stram, his toupee is safe today. The wind's only about 5 miles an hour. 25 degrees. Beautiful night here in Kansas City. Otis Taylor. Medium out on 1st and 10. Dawson to throw. He waits for the route to be run, and that is incomplete. Foley jumped the route and deflected it. Actually, they're going to say Mike Colon deflected it. It'll be 2nd and 10. That's only the 4th time tonight that Dawson has gone to the air. So 5:45, spot the ball at the Kansas City 40. Podolak. Off tackle right. Handoff to Dawson from the 40. And Matheson read that one all the way. Miami doubled Otis Taylor, and Matheson makes his 3rd tackle. And Dave Hill, who made the big block before, made the bad block now. 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. Medium cross to Otis Taylor. Dawson to throw it on 3rd down, and he is hit by Matheson. Miami blitzed. Matheson got to the line. Matheson made the sack, and Dawson will find the turf for a 2nd time. And so, be 4th and 17, clock running. Kansas City will punt from their own 33. And if Al Red Sox fan was here, this is a defensive slobber knocker. Kansas City in real life scored 10 points in the first quarter, and Miami scored 10 points in the second quarter. Jarrell Wilson to punt to Jake Scott, who will try to return it from about his 20-yard line. He does, 25. And Berge makes a tackle after a gain of 5. So Miami, with 4:04 to go in the half, will start from their own 24s. They lead 7-0. So, gang, what did you guys have for dinner? Merry Christmas, Laro63. Glad to have you along. I was alive for this game and less than a month old. I would turn a month old on the 26th. So Zonka comes back in. Arrowhead opens August 12th, 1972. So until they put the grass into Arrowhead, this was the last Kansas City home game on natural stuff for a long, long time. Zonka. Trap right. Handoff from Gracie. Flag is down. Zonka gets to the 30. Upshaw makes a tackle there. Larry Harris, how are you, buddy?
Holding offense. Number 81.
Oh, and it's a 15-yarder for the holding. It's half the distance. That's on Howard Twilley, the wide receiver. And Miami is chucked back to their 12-yard line. I know the Royals didn't move in until 73. But they got Arrowhead ready in time for the... Well, that boost of viewers went. In time for the start of the 72 season. 1st and 22. Kick on a screen near side. Greasy finds him at the 9, 15, 20, 25, 30. First down. And Thomas makes a tackle at 39. A gain of 27. So 1st and 10 for Miami. Jim Kick with a magnificent catch and run. And Emmett Thomas made the tackle. I saw Larry a couple nights ago when Al was doing his Christmas game, the 75 Reds and the 1899 Brooklyn Superbras. That's a cool stadium he had them in, by the way, too. This game predated me about a year before I discovered Dolphins were my favorite team, Todd Buckeye says in the 70s. They were a good team then. You know, it's funny because I remember the Dolphins, of course, from the Woodstock years and, of course, Dan Marino. And Shula just threw the ball all over creation. That wasn't the case with these teams. They ran. And that's what Zonka's going to do. Trap right, 1st and 10 from the 39. He gets over the 40, cuts to the near side, hit by Thomas at the 43. Gain of 4. So Zonka 5 carries, 17 yards. 2nd and 6. We're headed towards the 2-minute warning. Lego Group, how are you, my friend? Thanks for the follow. You're the 30th follow I think I have. I do appreciate that. 50, and I qualify for some Twitch affiliation. I believe was that 72 or 73 that Zonka and Kick had the same 1,000-yard year. Arrowhead went natural in 94. Larry was a big Cowboy fan in the 70s and still followed them. My brother was a big Dolphins fan. Al, we were just talking about you. Merry Christmas, my friend. How are you? Medium out to Warfield. Greasy back to throw. Goes to the far side. Warfield's got it. 1st down. He's hit by Thomas at the 36 for a gain of 21, and he's out of bounds. So 2:15 to go. Yeah, only a 14-game season. That's why they were playing the divisional games Christmas weekend. Now we will have the wild card games will be after New Year's, and of course the Super Bowl is the first weekend in February. So 2:15 to go. Last play before the 2-minute warning, and we are in your Premium range, by the way, 53% from here. And with the goalposts on the goal line, it would only be a 43-yard kick. Speaking of which, Jim will take a pitch to the right, and he gets to the 36, right back to the line of scrimmage, and we go to the 2-minute warning. Let's go Mets, the crowd chants. 2-minute warning, 7-0 Dolphins. So 2nd and 10 from the Kansas City 36. Zonka in the flat, but there's a flag down.
False start.
And another
Offense.
movement penalty.
Number 39,
It's Zonka.
5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's okay. Sure. So they're moving back 5 to the 41. Yes, Ratcast is Dave. Larry says, I'm from Northeast Ohio, so 71 was back when I watched Leroy Kelly with the Browns. So, gang, what'd you have to eat today? 2nd and 15 from the 41. Mercury Morris is in the game. They'll do a drop play to him. Handoff from Greasy Morris over the 40. Hit by Marsalis at the 36. It'll be 3rd and 10 with $1:49 to go. They will not go hurry up. Medium slant to Warfield. Greasy throw it over the middle. Warfield with a catch and a first down at the 20-yard line. He got 16. And Miami will call timeout. 1:15 to go. They got 2 left. 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 20. The championship was played January 16th. Dallas beat Miami, I think, in New Orleans. That's just going off part of the useless crap I have in my head. So somebody brought, George Hendrick brought you some figgy pudding. Won't know until we get some. Won't know. Davey had roast beef. Ooh, I bet that was good. My mom had prime rib. That an uncle cooked. We'll see them Saturday. And Sarah, I'll tell you about it at the half. That's just a minute 15 away. So 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 20. Miami knocking on the door to get another score here. Larry had some chicken curry, corn casserole, mashed potatoes, taco salad rolls, and he did not have room for the ham on the plate. Tulane Stadium. It was in New Orleans. First Super Bowl I remember was played in New Orleans. It was Super Bowl IX. Minnesota and Pittsburgh. They have time to run. Morris on a sweep left from the 20-yard line. Mercury turns the corner, gets it to the 17. Lanier with a tackle, gain of 3. Yep, Nola. Now they'll go hurry up. 2nd and 7. Miami not in too much of a hurry. Short cross to Tilly. Oh, you are bad, Gardner. You are bad. Greasy throws to the wide receiver. It's Twilly. He gets it at the 9. He gets it at the 8. 1st and goal from there. 44 seconds to go. No, McDonald's was not open. They stay in a hurry up. Kick. On a dive play. 44 seconds from the 8. He gets it to the 5. Curly Culp with the tackle. Spotter right there. And with 20 seconds to go, Miami will call time. They got time for 2 plays. Twilly. It'll be a short slant. Greasy. Waits, throws in the end zone, incomplete. Oh, cake and ice cream for dessert. I'll tell you what I had in a minute. 13 seconds left. Hey, like I said, it's the whole point of the channel, Sean, is to spout football information or sports information from stuff I don't remember. So 3rd down and goal for the Dolphins on the 13. They look to the tight end. Jim, can you get me anything? They'll try a short cross. Greasy looking in the end zone, and that's incomplete. Nobody around to catch that one. And with 7 seconds to go, Yepremian's going to try a 12-yarder. He has a 99.5% chance of making this. Snap down. The kick is up. It is good. And so with a 12-play, 83-yard drive in the books. Miami with 3 seconds left to go in the half. Lead 10-0. Reardon back deep to return this for Kansas City. It's a little squibber taken by goodness knows who. Jones at the 26, and we've reached the half. Kansas City gets the football when we start the second half in a moment. But before I show my mug on camera, let me tell you that Miami got the lone scoring drive of the half, or the quarter, on a 12-yard field goal by Apremian to cap a 12-play, 83-yard drive. All Miami, yardage-wise, 193 to 71. First downs 10-7. And Larry Smith, that was Dan Marino's rookie year. 10-7 in favor of Miami. And Greasy's, they just had the football an awful lot. 83 was Elway's rookie year. No, 83 was Marino's rookie year. 84 was the year he threw for 50 touchdown passes. All right, well, thanks for hanging with us on this Christmas night. My name is Ron Juckett, and as tradition is in this house, Sarah makes a pork pie, and that is a French-Canadian dish. Yeah, Marino was 83. And so what it is she goes to the grocery store, and she has him grind up some pork. She mixes it with some ground beef and puts it in a pie crust and layers it with mashed potatoes and spices. And we put some gravy on it, and it is oh so good. And for dessert, she bought some frozen macaroons, and so that's what I had. So glad you are along for the ride this evening. And so time for the second half of this game by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the net for your sports simulations and replay needs, and hope that you are all having a very Merry Christmas. I'm not that much of a sicko to do pork pie ice cream. Frozen macaroons. Well, they were good. So Kansas City will get the kick. Reardon back deep. They trail 10-0. The defense has really kept a leash on Lenny Dawson in the Kansas City offense. Apremian boots it away, and Reardon takes it at the 10. 20. He is hit at the 30 by Colin, and that's where Kansas City will take over to start the second half. So first and 10. Lenny Dawson, the quarterback. Podolak and Hayes, the running backs. Taylor and Wright, the wide receivers. Frazier, the tight end. Lenny Dawson is indeed the pride of Alliance, Ohio. Tyra and Hill, the tackles. Bud and Daney, the guards. And Rudney is the center for Kansas City. Podolak. Trap right, first and 10 from the 30. Gets a touch of a block. Hines makes the tackle after a gain of 3. And Larry is from Worcester, Ohio, and that's how it's Wooster. Not Worcestershire. Or in Massachusetts, it's spelled Worcester. So second and 7. Off tackle right for Hayes from the 33. He is hit by Colin right at the line. Nothing doing. And it'll be third and long. So George Daney, the right guard, made the bad block, and Kansas City got nothing out of it. They've only had 3 first down chances so far, and they are 1 for 3. Stanfill and Riley, the ends for Miami. Fernandez and Hines, the tackles. The outside linebackers, Colin and Matheson. Nick Bunicani fills up the middle. Foley and Johnson, the corners. Scott and Anderson are the safeties. Third down and long. Otis Taylor on a medium hitch. Dawson has time. He goes over the middle for Hayes and can't get it. And Kansas City will be forced to punt again. 4th and 7. Dawson's been busy. And Todd remembers collecting all these players in his 1972 NFL Sunoco stamp books as a kid. Your dad gets 5 gallons of gas, 10 gallons of gas. You get a couple stamps as your local Sunoco dealer today. Maybe, just maybe, they'll wash your windshield too. Wilson stands on his 18, gets it away, taken at the 15 by Scott to the 30. And Allen will make the tackle, a 53-yard punt, a 14-yard return. Larry had the same book. 1st and 10 for Miami. They lead 10-0, 13-17 to go in the third quarter. Zonka and Kick, the starting running backs. Warfield and Howard, Twilly the wide receivers. Mandich the tight end. Greasy, of course, the quarterback. Crusown and Evans the tackles. Little and Longer the guards. And DeMarco is your center. Todd still has his book. Did you fill it? Zonka, trap left from the 30, and he gets over to the 36, a gain of 8. So Zonka, 6 carries for 25 yards. 2nd and 2. Kick. Sweep right from the 36. Hand off from Greasy. 1st down, maybe. Kearney got the tackle, and they got the Dave Gardner measurement. Todd says that was a tough set to complete. The hardest stamp he remembers to get was Joe Namath. Now, I'm sure, depending on what part of the country you were in, some stamps were easier to get than others. And I can't imagine that your New York and New England Sunoco dealers would have shorted you a Joe Namath stamp. Just putting it out there. 1st and 10 for the Squishy Fishies on the 38. Twilly. Short hitch. Greasy to throw on 1st down. Dumps it down to Zonka, who can't get it. 2nd and 10. So Greasy 8 of 14 for 121 yards. Dawson 3 of 5 for 33, but Dawson has found the turf twice. Short flat pass to Zonka. And he goes to the far side and can't get it. He had a ton of Mike Phelps. Yeah, usually what they did with those, I think, was depending on what part of the country you were in, or Mike Phipps, okay. They wanted to make sure you got your hometown players, and so, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. 3rd down and 10. Dolphins, 11:37 to go in the third quarter. Medium slant to Warfield. Greasy. Back to pass. Over the middle. He's got it. 1st down. Upshaw is hurt. That's a gain of 18. And Emmett Thomas makes the tackle. But Warfield, 4 catches, 73 yards. And 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 44. Mike Phipps to Fairhooker on the pass. Yep. What a name. The NFL did love their regional skewing. Absolutely. Kick. Trap right on 1st and 10 from the 44. Across the 40. He's going to get a 1st down. Thomas brings him down after a gain of 11. So Kick 11 carries for 44 yards. And it's 1st and 10 for the Fish on the Kansas City 33. So Greasy, is he wearing the glasses in 71? Oh, and I remember watching football in the late 70s. He was wearing the glasses. Can you imagine playing football with glasses on? Zonka, sweep left on 1st and 10. Turns the corner, hit at the 31, and Brown will bring him down after a gain. Aaron Brown with his 2nd tackle. 1978. Yep. Lego, how are you, my friend? And that's exactly what it was. Greasy with the glasses. Now, you talking Hooker or Phipps? Another draft pick screwed up by the Browns some 50 years ago. Not that we keep track of things like that. Morris comes in. Oh, Phipps. Football was so much better back in the day. It was Morris. Off tackle right on 2nd and 8 from the 31. Across the 30. 1st down. Kearney A gain of 9, 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 22. So Morris, 4 carries for 29 yards. Greasy, when he went to television, didn't wear the glasses. Of course, he's retired. His son is now calling games on TV. 1st and 10 from the 22. Kick. Sweep right, near sideline. Handoff from Greasy. It's hit at the 20 by Berge. A gain of 2. And that's not Bill. That's Bruce Berge. I imagine that Bill was his brother. Greasy, was your favorite player, Todd, growing up? I was a big fan of Kenny Anderson. 2nd and 8 for the Dolphins. Under 9 to go here in the third quarter. They lead 10-0. And, yeah, he was good. And another score here just might put this out of reach. Kick is tired. So Ginn comes in the ballgame. Yep, an underrated quarterback for sure. If they had beaten that San Francisco in that first Super Bowl, he would have probably been in the Hall of Fame. Kenny Anderson passing to Isaac Curtis. Hubert Ginn will run a sweep to the right side from the 20. If he hits hit by the 15, Bell with a tackle at the 14, and it's 3rd and a short 2. Jim Mandich, the tight end, ripped open the big hole. And that sets up Miami on the Chief 14. Yeah, you don't need to. Morris, as long as you're not body painting, Dave. Trap right. Hand off to Morris, and Culp will stand him up for a loss of 1. So Kansas City halfway home here in the third. Gets a bit of a reprieve as Yepremian will come out for the 22-yarder. Bengals had a tight end by the name of Mike Curtis, who Todd thinks went on to have a musical career. Okay. So Yepremian, 75% chance. Noonan to hold and DeMarco to snap it. Yepremian. It's good. 12 plays, 57 yards, 6:13 off the clock. 7 to go in the third quarter. It's the Dolphins 13, the Chiefs nothing. Reardon, McVay, and Adamley on the return here. It'll be an upman at the goal line, and that's Mike Adamley, and he's hit at the 14 for a gain of 12. Yep, Bengals also had Booby Clark. Not Bobby Clark, but Booby Clark. Surprised the NFL didn't make him change his name. Hayes on a trap right from the 14. He's crossed the 15. Matheson makes a stop at the 17. 2nd and 7. 7 carries for Hayes for 18 yards. 13-0 Miami. This has been a slobber knocker. Right on a medium fly. Dawson back to pass. He's got time. He dumps it down to a running back. That is Podolak, and he got the first down. He got 8. Needed 7, got 8. 1st and 10. Bengals had a defensive lineman by the name of Mike Reed who went on to a career in music. And, of course, you know, the offensive coordinator for the Bengals in that era was one Bill Walsh. Okay, so the West Coast offense was actually invented at Riverfront Stadium. And, of course, perfected at Candlestick Park. Under 6 to go. Podolak. Trap left. Hand off from Dawson from the 25. And my buddy Andrew's wishing me a Merry Christmas. No gain. Oh, so when you really run too many traps, you get dark, deep red. So 2nd and 10. Bonacani with his 3rd stop of the ball game. Elmo Wright. Oh, so what were some of his hits? Medium cross to Elmo Wright. Dawson back to throw down the sideline, and that is to Otis Taylor, and that's a gain of 4. A third down and 6. Under 4 to go here in the third quarter. 13-0 Miami. In this 1971 American Football Conference Divisional Playoff game on Christmas Day. Hayes on a medium out. Dawson, a little trickeration here, and he's hit by Stanfill for the sack, and it's a loss of 9. And so Lenny is hit for the third time, and the only thing matriculating today for Kansas City is Hank Stram's blood pressure. A country songwriter, okay. And so from their own 20, Jarrell Wilson will punt. Has the wind behind him and booms this one deep, taken by Scott at the 27. A 53-yard punt, no return. 2:57 to go. Miami 13, Kansas City nothing. Excuse me. Kick and Zonka in the backfield. 1st and 10. Walk on Faith was his biggest hit. Well, I don't know about that. I played Minecraft on Twitch once. I got killed. No, you cannot get, but you're right, you cannot get this kind of info on Twitch by watching Minecraft. Fortnite, however, you might be able to. Sweep to the right for Jim Kick. Handoff from Greasy from the 27. He gets across the 30. Curly Culp will bring him down right there. 2nd and 7. Well, you could from George Hendrick's channel. Just saying that. 2:49 to go. 13 carries, 49 yards for Kick. Zonka on a trap right from the 30. Gets a block. He's going to get at the sticks, and he got it. A gain of 7, and Johnny Robinson makes the tackle. 1st and 10 from the Dolphin 37. So Miami, 28 carries, 121 yards. You're hoping maybe next year. Okay. Little trickeration here. End around to Warfield to the near sideline. Can he get a block? No, he cannot. Will Lanier will make the tackle at the 33. A loss of 4. And for Lanier, that's his 5th tackle. And 2nd down and 14 on a night where the Dolphins haven't done much wrong. Now, did they when he was there? A lot of a lot of hits for Ronnie Millsap. Smoky Mountain Rain comes to mind. I don't know if that's his or not. 2nd and 14. I'm not singing it. Zonka on a draw play from the 33, and he is hit by Kearney at the 33 for no gain. And so that will be the last play of the third quarter. The Dolphins, kind of like Dolly Parton, are sitting pretty. 45 minutes of football in the books. It's the Dolphins 13, the Chiefs nothing. So you're premium from 22 yards. Tapping another 12-play, 57-yard drive was the only scoring in the third quarter. And, of course, that's brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the internet for your sports simulations and replay needs. Miami is 256 net yards, and Kansas City has been held to 80. Was Dolly Parton on the TV show Twin Peaks? Oh, but Lost in the 50s Tonight was one. Oh, you really don't get this information on Minecraft streams. Hey-oh! Third down and 14. Twilly. Short hitch from Greasy. Back to throw. Quick throw. Has it in stride. He's trying for the first down, but he's hit for a gain of 13. They needed 14, and they got 13. And so 4th and 1 I think they're going to try to power this. Yeah, Seipel's the punter. Larry Seipel, the punter, is the other tight end. Kick. Trap left. They're going. Greasy hands it off. First down. Over midfield. It's a gain of 7. Stein, the right inside linebacker, missed the tackle. And Larry Zonka ripped open the hole. And so Miami keeps the ball. That's right, because the Seipel didn't touch a player. No. McMahon references are lost on kids playing Minecraft or Fortnite. Oh, for sure. Again, Morris in the backfield. Mercury. Sweep right. Hand off from Gracie from the 47 to Kansas City. He's hit by Curly Culp at the 46. A gain of 1. And that clock is running. 13:20 to end the ball game. Hubert Ginn will try a sweep to the left side. Hand off from Greasy. Far sideline. He is hit at the line for a loss of 2 by Lanier. So 3rd and 11. And Miami will be forced to throw it. Medium slant for Paul Warfield. Greasy has all day over the middle and out through Warfield. And so Miami will punt from the Kansas City 48. 11:59 to go. And Seipel, who won't make it as a tight end, will try to punt this. Miami in the fourth quarter has what little wind there is in Kansas City behind them. Podolak and Hallman are the returnmen. This one's headed for the end zone. 48-yard punt, no return. Kansas City takes over. 11:48 to go in the ballgame. 13-0 Miami. Star Search was indeed the original American Idol, for sure. Dawson, medium slant to Otis Taylor on first down. Has him open at the 39. And Foley makes the give him 20. Although there actually were professionals on Star Search, the comedians and such. And the models were pretty nice, too. 1st and 10. Ed McMahon got his jollies on that. 1st and 10, Kansas City 40. Podolak sweeps to the right, far sideline. Gets a block, 45. Riley with the tackle at the 48. Give him a gain of 8. And if the Chiefs can get a quick touchdown here, it's not over. It's only a 13-point game. But they can't dawdle too long. Hayes, short dumper in the flat near sideline. Dawson has him, and he dropped it. Now, Frazier, the tight end, is hurt for Kansas City, and he's hobbling off. And so Stroud, why didn't Morris Stroud start? 3rd down and 2. Podolak. Off tackle right. Hand off from Dawson from the 48. He's moving it, and he got the Dave Gardner measurement. He looked to be about a yard short. And Don Shula goes to the line judge and goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing? You're killing me. You're killing me." Now, what we didn't tell Don was that Al, Red Sox fan, is a line judge. And Al just kind of sits and laughs. The ball is spotted at midfield. 1st and 10, Kansas City. 10 minutes to go in the football game. Stroud, the tight end. Nope, we're going to go to Hayes. Trap left for Wendell Hayes from the midfield. He gets a block. 40, 35. Johnson makes the tackle. Hayes is coming out. He needs a breather. He got 17. Ed Bud with a big block. And Kansas City now has it. 9:19 to go on the Miami 33. This is the best drive for the Chiefs this afternoon. Otis Taylor on an end around. He's going to go to the far side. He gets a block. but only a gain of 4 as Bunikati makes the tackle at the 29. 9:07 to play in regulation time. Kansas City's run it 21 times for 88 yards. 2nd and 6. Elmo Wright, short slant. Throws incomplete. Not a good throw from Dawson, and he slams his hands on his head. 8.5 to go. Podolak had a strange number for a running back. Okay? 14. Exactly. That's a quarterback number. 3rd down and 6. Podolak, short dumper in the flat, far side. Dawson. That is deflected by Bunikani, incomplete. And now, Kansas City will bring out Jan Stenerud for the 36-yarder. Flip a field goal, flip a coin here. Mike Livingston will hold, and Rudney will snap it. This is to put Kansas City on the board. Stenerud, it's up. It's long enough. It is good. And so it's a 10-point game. 9 plays, 51 yards, and 8:20 to go on this Christmas night. Miami 13, Kansas City 3. So Morris, Mercury Morris, who does have a touchdown return on his dance card, is back deep. Ginn and Lee are the upmen. And Stenerud kicks it to Morris at the 5. To the 20, 30. He's hit by Young at the 33 yards. So 1st and 10 for Miami, 8:14 to go. Remember, tomorrow night, I'm going to say about 8 o'clock the same time, a Boxing Day special should feature boxing. And it'll be Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. That's 8 p.m. tomorrow, 15 rounds of championship boxing for Boxing Day, right here on Retro Sports Network, live on Twitch at 8. Kick. Sweeps it to the left. 33. Handoff from Gracie. Kick down the sideline. 35. Lanier with a tackle at the 39 to shove him out of bounds. 2nd down and 4 for Miami. And so this one is almost over, but not quite. Zonka. Trap right up the middle. And that's a 1st down and more over the 45. Bobby Bell with a tackle at the 49. Give him 10. And Bob DeMarco, the center for Miami, made the big block. Yep, it's just time to pound it. 7:52 to go. Clock running. Miami would, of course, win this game in real life a lot sooner, it looks like, in this one than in real life. Would go on to beat Baltimore in the AFC Championship game and then lose to Dallas in the Super Bowl. Kickoff tackle left, 1st and 10 from the Miami 49. He crosses midfield, is hit by Lanier at the 48. Give him 3. And for kick, 16 carries, 65 yards. Zonka, off tackle right, Greasy in no hurry, hands it to Zonka. Larry's 5 by Thomas, a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 4, 6:29 to go. And Zonka, 11 carries, 47 yards. Miami has run it 37 times. Can Greasy run? Yeah. Greasy's going to run a sweep to the right. Tries to call his own number. Got a block. And he's hit for a gain of 3. Brown is hurt. And they are short. 4th and 1. And they're going to bring out Yepremian here from 49. Colts in the 70s, Burt Jones. Absolutely. It was still Johnny Unitas at this point. And remember, Baltimore are the defending Super Bowl champions. They beat Dallas in Super Bowl V in Miami. So Noonan will hold this for Yepremian, who will try this from along a 49. 5:46, the clock is stopped. Yepremian got a good leg on it, and it is good. Gardner said there'd be no kicking in this game. He was wrong. 5:39 to play in the ball game. Miami 16, Kansas City 3. So Reardon, 8-man, McVay and Adamley are the upmen. They're on their 14. This one is to an upman at the 10, 20, 30. Good return. That's Adamley, and he's hit at the 38.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
The Blunder Bowl.
15-yard penalty.
First penalty of the game for Kansas City, and it's coming back 15 yards. And so forget what Adamley did. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs from their own 21. 5. Stroud. Short slant to the tight end. Dawson trying to get something going here, and he's hit immediately by Stanfill for a loss of 8. So Bill Stanfill has made his second sack of the game, and the Miami Dolphins defense has smothered the Kansas City offense like a blanket over a fire. You thought I was going someplace else with that, didn't you? So the clock is running 5:22, and Grandma Gertie, your ham dinner is safe. TV sets across the country are getting clicked. Podolak, short flat, far side. Dawson goes instead to a wide receiver. I believe that is right. It is. It's a gain of 16. 3rd down and 2 for Elmo Wright. The Chiefs are 2 for 7 on 3rd down today. Taylor. Medium slant. Dawson back to throw. He's got Taylor open at midfield. He's got it. And Foley forces a fumble, and Miami's going to score. Nick Buonacani picked it up in midfield, and that's all she wrote. Merry Christmas from Nick Buonacani and the Miami Dolphins. Foley just clotheslined him, and you can see Nick Buonacani here in a minute just pick it up. There's the hit, and Buonacani at midfield, and that's a matriculation that goes all the way. It's 22-3. Miami has made the mincemeat out of Kansas City. The extra point from Yepremian. Straight, true, and good. Unsub. And Miami can smell a championship. Well, that's just the deodorant award this morning. 3:39 to go in the football game. It's Miami 23, Kansas City 3. And Al says he's from Springfield, Massachusetts. And Todd says, when men could hit without fear of a penalty. So Hank Stram just kind of walking around as Yepremian puts the ball in play. Adamley from the 5, hit at the 20 by Matheson. It's a return of 13. As I enjoy my diet ginger ale, that was a whopper. Stram did more than throw off the headset. Wink, wink. Podolak in the flat from Dawson. And that was almost intercepted. Buonacani got a piece of that one, too. Nick Buonacani is running around like you wouldn't believe. 2nd and 10, 3:21 to play in the football game. Podolak. Trap left. From the 20, he goes to the near side, and Buonacani makes a tackle at the 24. Someone has put a charge into young Mr. Buonacani here. 5 tackles, a touchdown return, and almost an interception. 3rd and 6. Hayes on a medium out. Dawson throws. Hayes, first down, got to the sideline over the 40, 45. Matheson runs him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A gain of 25. 2:23 to play in the ballgame. Kansas City would need a miracle wrapped inside a miracle, wrapped inside Tom Brady's to play a football. Taylor, medium slant. This is going to get picked. Dawson going deep in the double coverage. That's intercepted by Jake Scott at the 27. And that, kind of like Richard Simmons and an infomercial, will seal the meal on a seal-a-deal. And so Miami really does not have to give the ball back up. Can you believe that combined in this game there were 34 passes? Hubert Ginn, off tackle right. This will take us to a 2-minute warning. And he is hit by Curly Culp for a gain of 1. Can't cute. They have all 3 timeouts. And now it's time for a fantastic finish. Sorry, you're not getting one tonight. So 2nd down and 9. Remember, after New Year's, we'll have another game for you New Year's night. Not sure if it'll be 86 Pro Football replay or something just kind of special. I'm thinking, actually, San Diego, Miami from 81 for New Year's night, because that was part of the Orange Bowl. Yep, fantastic finish. We all love those. 2nd down and 9. Morris on a dive play. He's hit at the 39. Upshaw available. Gain of 1. Clock is running. And Kick and Zonka will come back in. Zonka. Again, a fullback dive on 3rd and 8. And Zonka gets it to the 44. It's a gain of 5. And there's a minute 5 left as Emmett Thomas will make the tackle. So 4th and 3. And so, what an effort. 41 carries for 155 yards for Miami. And Jim Kick, they'll give it to Zonka on a trap right. Those are indeed owned by the NFL. I don't know. NFL is really, even though they're doing the 100th anniversary this year, they really are funny with their history. Certainly they don't treat anything before the Super Bowl. And that's a first down, and that will be the ball game. So Miami will move on to the AFC Championship game. There is no double overtime here, and this was indeed a one-sided affair. Miami will win the ball game by the score of 23-3. Bob Greasy, 10 of 18 for 152. Lenny Dawson, 9 of 16 for 129. Kick, 16 carries, 65 yards. Zonka, 13 carries for 56. And the official call on that touchdown, a 53-yard recovery from Nick Bonacani, and that pretty much sealed the ball game. So there you go. Well, let's do the team stats. Miami, 33 minutes and 6 seconds, and just ran over Kansas City. There's just no flat-out nice way to put it. I think you suggested I do that last year. Cut the Heidi game in the last minute. But if you lived in the West Coast, you could see that game. There's a good story about that. If I ever do it, there's some good stories. Merry Christmas, my friends. Best to you all. Thank you oh so much. Boxing tomorrow. Ali and Lewis, 15 rounds from Detroit. That's tomorrow night's entertainment. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your Christmas holiday. Talk to you soon. Good night.